everybody, and welcome to Northernlion Plays Mark of the Ninja. So I figured, I'd already done a Let's Look At of Mark of the Ninja. I talked at length on the podcast about how much I like this game, but now my Xbox 360 recording setup is more or less sorted out. I figured now is a good time to actually sit down, play through this game for you guys. I've already played through it once, so I will be doing a second playthrough here. It'll just be on New Game, though, non-New Game Plus. I'm not going to try anything particularly fancy. And the main reason for this is kind of in anticipation, shall we say, for the game's eventual Steam release, which I believe is coming October 16th now, sometime in mid-October. But in any case, consider this like my promotional material for the game to encourage you. If you own a 360, go check this game out. It's definitely one of the best 360 games of the year. If you don't own a 360, pick this shit up when it comes to Steam. It's awesome. Let's get started here. So we're just going to start a normal game, not a New Game Plus here. And we're going to start all the way back at our very first mission. So Ink and Dreams. This is kind of a tutorial mission, but at the same time, it does give you a fair bit of freedom. And we will be starting here. And we should have a cutscene as soon as we get in. But first, I should mention that there is this upgrade scheme. And I've already gotten a lot of the upgrades. You can see in the top right, that kind of icon there with 12 next to it is our honor. And honor is what we use to buy upgrades. So I have things like Hangman's Hymn, which allows you to kill an enemy when you're dangling from a grappling hook. Emperor's Abyss, when you're below an enemy, you can just basically stab them up through their dick and then pull them down through wherever you were hiding, and all sorts of things like that. So some of the stealth kills that I'm going to be able to do are not going to be available to everybody on like the first playthrough of the game. But in any case, we're just going to not invest in anything right away, I would say. We're going to try to play fairly stealthily, so I don't need anything like extra armor. And in terms of like distraction items and attack items, I'm fine with just ravenous insects as well as our cardboard box here, which I think we can stealth kill people out of. Yes, okay. Anyway, let us say that we are done here. We'll leave the upgrade screen, and we can take many different styles. We're just going to start with our very basic style here. We're going to take smoke bombs with us and ravenous insects that'll allow us to devour an enemy if we come across one. But we will, a little later, probably try out some of these other styles that I've unlocked, like, Path of the Silent, which allows you to just be completely quiet whenever you're moving around, but also takes away some of your offensive capabilities. But anyway, I'm going to shut up so you can watch the cutscene.
Hey, you. Don't you hear the bell? I'm here to help you. Rule number 1, don't get me killed.
Alright, so there is a little tutorialization here, but what I like about Mark of the Ninja is that this level is not just like once you've played through the game one time, it doesn't mean this level's completely stupid because it's too easy. This game still has a lot of replayability in spite of its tutorialization here in the early game. So I apologize because I'm probably going to talk over our female acquaintance here a little bit. But let's just talk a little bit about the mechanics of Mark of the Ninja. They're explaining them to a certain extent here, and I've already talked about them in my Let's Look At, so I'm just going to gloss over them briefly. Basically, we're playing as this ninja. It's a 2D stealth action side-scroller. A little bit of like branch pathing. It's not quite a Metroidvania, but there are alternate routes that you can take in order to get things accomplished. What I really like is that when you run, you can see, or whenever you make any sound really, you can see kind of like the audio cone. So if there's anybody within this circle, they would hear it. So it makes a very clear indicator of what's going on. We can also, throw darts, as you can see right here, in order to put out lights and stuff like that. And we have a gun, or sorry, not a gun, a sword, as you will see in just a second. But here we are on our first mission, and basically our camp, or our dojo, has been overrun by these guards. And we don't really know why they're here just yet. That's something that will come out a little bit later. But for now, we are just going to hide and probably kill these guys as they come out. Again, this is a skill that is learned, not a skill that you start with by default. So we'll try to stealth kill this guy right now. A little quick time event, and we will get some points for killing him. In fact, if I was trying to be a little bit better about that, what I should have done is actually wait for him to get by so that we'll get a few extra points and then kill him. But anyway, we're going to try exactly the same thing here when these guys go by. So we should get a few points when they move past us. Maybe 100, oh, 250. I didn't expect that. And we'll kill his buddy back here, and because we did it perfectly, he makes no noise at all. And then we'll kill his friend as well. Now, if you botch those quick time events, they make way more noise and you get less points. So it does work on kind of like a rock band style scoring system where you're trying to get 5 stars. And the stars are determined by the amount of points you get. They're not technically stars. I think they just refer to it as honor in this. But there are various benefits that you can get for getting certain accomplishments. So let's just blow up this light. It gives us free points. And then we'll drop down here. So it distracted those guards. And we're going to push in through these vents. And pretty soon we're going to be on our own. She's going to leave us here.
There, you can pull yourself
Let's do some platforming here and climb up. This is our very first mission. I believe there are 12 or 13 missions. I can't quite remember as we get our grappling hook here. This one is probably one of the shortest in the game. I'd say this one only clocks in at around 15 to 20 minutes, whereas the average level is probably more along the half-hour mark. So as we pick up this scroll here, this will give us 1,000 points. And, average level around, 30 minutes to 45 minutes, which I think makes the game clock in around 6 to 8 hours on your first playthrough, but there's definitely incentive to continue playing through. So with these guys right here, we are just going to basically move past them in order to, not have to get into some combat here. Because it is a true stealth game. We don't want to necessarily get involved in combat head-on if it's not necessary. Instead, what we'll do is just get some distraction points by doing that afterwards. So they shouldn't see us, and we'll just pick up an easy 300 points there as we continue moving onwards. So again, I can run through here. As soon as we enter here, we're going to pick up our sword. Normally, I would read that, but since we already have our sword, as this is a second playthrough, then it's not really necessary. And this is going to be our very first stealth kill here, so let's, well, supposedly, if this was like us playing through the game for the first time, that would be our first stealth kill. But it's not, so we're going to hide that body and get some extra points. Doing fairly well from a points perspective right now. There are other ways that you could take that guy out, but that seems to be the easiest. Again, we'll take this guy out the only way I know how as well. Always good to hide the body after you get it, because it just gives you free points. And those points can be, well, they feed into your high score, which gives you more honor, which you can use to unlock more awesome upgrades, which actually do make a difference in how you play the game. The one complaint that maybe I have about Mark of the Ninja is that it's a little bit easy once you get all the upgrades that I have going for me right now. However, that does not mean that this game is not fun. This is definitely it's like one of the 4 best games that I played this year for Xbox Live Arcade for sure. I'm thinking like this, Spelunky, Trials Evolution, and Fez. All 4 of those are awesome. And 4 of definitely like overall Game of the Year contenders for me right now.
If you need more cover,
so we are going to, we could potentially fight this guy head on if we so desired, but instead we're just going to break this light. As you can see with that circular kind of area of effect there, we can see that he is going to be distracted by this sound. And then we are going to jump down here, and we should be able to kill him before he turns around. Easy kill for us, and free points again, another 400 for a stealth kill. Now we could try to take these guys on head on, but instead what I'm going to do is try to get around them instead, because this is a less than ideal situation, shall we say. What I can do, though, is maybe like set this dart off to get the distraction points, and then jump away, so we just get another 300 points. It's kind of a cheap way of getting your point total up, but when you get to, the point where you're score attacking Mark of the Ninja, every little bit like that counts. I believe you can only do that once, though. You can't just continually distract them, as far as I know. So we can peek through this vent, and again, I have unlocked a vent skill that allows me to do some killing here. So what I like about this game so much is that after a while, like once you have a little bit more experience with it, everything just feels so smooth. Like I really do feel like I'm a true badass right now, and these guys have got nothing on me. So we're gonna shoot our dart at this chandelier right here. That'll kill those guys. I've been doing that every single time. I'm sure there are other ways to get by that, but again, easy points if you want to do things that way. Let us open up our door here. And now's a good time, actually, as we enter what is going to be maybe the second half of this level, or the second part of this level, to look at the different seal upgrades that we have here. So by completing these seals, this is how you get extra honor, and also how you unlock extra paths. So you saw like Path of the Silent, Path of the Mark, I believe is another one. We're just using Path of the Ninja right now. And these are all different loadouts that give you various different styles of playing through the game. Like Path of the Silent is pure stealth, you're not allowed to kill anything. Path of the Mark gives you kind of like a teleportation skill. Anyway, the way that you do this is by doing these optional objectives like ringing Azai's large gongs, rescuing all the ninja, and saving Azai without being detected. So we're going to get into these soon. I'm going to try to accomplish all 3 of those seals in this run. It should not be that difficult, to be honest with you. Now, here's something. If we shoot our dart at this light, first off, it's protected by the grate, so it won't break, and this guy won't get distracted. But the other reason he won't get distracted is because the audio cone, as you can see, doesn't reach him. So we can throw darts at this thing all day. It's not going to do anything for us. But if we throw it at this gong, notice that the circle is much, much wider. And he will turn around to look at that. And even though we are in the light, we can sneak up on him here. Get an easy kill. No place really to hide the body unless I wanted to carry it a long way. But we can ring this gong, and that'll give us the first of 4 of Azai's large gongs, I believe. Although I've already unlocked them, so I don't think that we'll get any visual indicator that we're succeeding here. Anyway, let's push up against this door. I should be able, even if I can't kill him through the door, which is another, like, paid-for upgrade, I can just sneak in here because we make no noise when we're just walking. Kill him the easy way. And let's shoot out this light just in case the body gets found. Or if someone walks into this room. This will at least delay them in terms of finding the body. Finding the body isn't something that happens all that often. But it does happen now and then, and it sucks when you're doing an objective that's like, avoid your alarm getting triggered, and then you trigger it by like not hiding a body properly 10 minutes ago. So we have 2 guys in here. This is something that's going to come up a lot in Mark of the Ninja, is situations where you have to deal with multiple enemies. For this guy, we're just going to do our, I forget what this is called, like the bat's prey. I was going to say hanging bat. And then this guy will discover the body if we let him. Instead, we're going to try to shoot at this gong, and he should be able to hear that. By the way, unlimited darts, I should point out, in case you hadn't noticed. So we should be able to get an easy kill here. We will simply pick up his body and drop it down here, and so far so good. Stealth playthrough still going okay. That is not one of Azai's large gongs. That is one of Azai's small gongs, which we have no condition required to do anything with. But this is one of Azai's large gongs right here, so let's ring this. This may or may not trigger any guards, I can't remember. This one doesn't, but I believe the next one does. So we do have our map now. The map's not really all that important. It's usually pretty easy to tell where you're supposed to go. But by ringing this gong, which is our 3rd of 4 of Azai's large gongs, we will get somebody to come out of this door, I believe. And the reason I know that is just through memorization, basically. We're going to drop down on this guy. Hopefully we didn't get seen there. And by just coming back over here, should be able to... maybe I can't get rid of his body, but I can at least drop it over the edge so that if I royally fuck up, nobody is going to see me regardless. Can we drop down... I thought there was another guy in this room. Oh, there's just a ninja in this room. Okay. So let's close the door behind us because we weren't raised in a barn. And then we'll walk over to this guy, unlock him, and there's 1 of 4 ninja rescued. And there's another one on this room. These upgrades make things much, much easier than they would be on just a straight-up vanilla playthrough, because I can basically just poke my head out from wherever I am and take them out quite easily. But anyway, there's 2 of 4 ninja rescued. Let us come up here. There is a... That is our 3rd ninja. Here's our 4th one. Sorry, here's our 3rd ninja right here. I like this one because he's like tied up on a... or from the ceiling, and if we just pop our head out and then shoot him, he'll fall down. And then we can kind of look at and see what's going on here, but I think we might not be able to actually hit the... Oh, we can hit this gong over here to distract the guard again. Okay, so he's going to go back for that. We are going to get an easy stealth kill here. Pick this dude up, drop him down this hole to get some free points. Oh, didn't want to do that. Drop him down here to get some free points, and then we'll unlock this ninja. So this is 3 of 4 ninjas saved. And 1 more, and we will get that seal that we've already gotten. But there are 2 guards here, so this isn't a case where we absolutely have to be patient. What I'm going to do is wait on this guard coming back. Thankfully, he cannot see me just, like, popping my head out here. We're going to drag this guy down with us. Again, this is another, I think it's called Emperor's Abyss. Yeah, indeed it is. Oh, get down. He almost saw us there. I wonder, why did that guy make a sound? I can't afford to be seen here. So we'll just kill this guy. I was a little concerned why that guy was alerted. He wasn't alerted, I guess. He was just suspicious, but still. We will then rescue. That is our 4th ninja. And he'll just disappear out of there with a smoke bomb. So, problem solved there. That is 1 of the 3 seals here. The other ones, if you remember, are banging the 4 gongs. So we've already banged 2 of those. And these guys are really close together, which I don't necessarily like, but I think we might be okay. I can just hide here, wait for this guy to come back, and even if he does see his dead friend, I should be able to pop out of here and kill him quite easily. Oh, he sees his friend. Now's the time for us to strike. Again, he got concerned, but not actually alerted. So again, the other objectives, we have to bang that 4th gong, which I believe is this one right here. And beyond that, we just have to get inside of this compound and rescue Azai, who is our main objective here, without being seen. So that was our 4th gong there. So that is, if you're watching this as like a walkthrough, well, that guy is gone. We should be able to at least take out this light.
Did I hear something?
Is this gonna... Whoa!
Run.
It did indeed work. Oh, he sees us now.
Hey, it's him.
And so we've already failed one of our seals here. So I'll just show off like the hand-to-hand combat or the like right up in the dude's face combat. We can get an easy kill there, but I don't want to do that. Let's restart at our checkpoint. Very forgiving checkpoint system in this game. But I want to do a complete stealth run here. In case you're watching this for walkthrough purposes, which is silly because I'm terrible at video games if you listen to what people say. So that you'll be able to see how to get that last objective. So the last objective beyond that gong objective is to get in without being detected and rescue the final guy that we're going to get. Oh, no. Yes, this is the one we want. So we're going to kill him, drag him back. And we should be able to kill his friend too before he turns around. No problems. Awesome. And how are we shaping up here in terms of points? Well, we need 23,000 in order to get our third star, or our third honor. But we don't really need to worry about that too much, because you do get other conditions based on the end that will actually multiply your score or like add on to your score. So we're going to wait for these guys to do something. Like, if this guy's going to walk outside, he does indeed. We can drop down on him from here then.
Hey.
Oh, that was like absolutely horrible. And I think we have been detected. So let's restart a checkpoint. I promise this will be the last one. When I ran through this mission, basically just by myself to practice it, went super easy. For some reason, now I can't seem to do it appropriately. But anyway, we're going to murder this guy. By the way, not every run is going to be like me trying to be a perfectionist like this. It's just for the first one to show off that you can indeed. I mean, there are ways to play through Mark of the Ninja the entire game without actually having to kill anybody, which is awesome. I prefer to do a little bit more killing, to be a little bit less stealthy than average. You know what? Or yeah, a little bit less stealthy than average, or a little bit less pacifistic than average. Why don't we just sneak by these guys and instead come up through here? There is another artifact for us here. We won't get as many points, but at the same time, we also will not risk being detected, which is good. And I believe this is our last room, actually, right in here. Oh, maybe not. First, we gotta kill this guy, which should be very, very easy. Just smoking a cigarette in a closed room by himself, man. Open a window or something. It's gonna take forever to get the fumes out.
You picked the wrong guys to rob, Sensei. It's time for the old man to retire, boys.
Alright, so we have to kill these two guys. You can probably figure out how we kill the guy that's just standing there like a doofus. We'll just drop the light on him, and then we'll see what happens to our guard here. So the guard has been terrorized. That means that he's just going to shoot randomly. And it's really cool if you can actually terrorize a guard when he has teammates around him, because then he will actually shoot his own teammates as well, which is neat. So we're just going to drop down here. There's a variety of ways that we could possibly do this, but we're going to do it the very, very easy way. And just try to get underneath him as he's moving around here. Should be an easy kill. And again, we'll get some points there, and then we will rescue... Oh, we might as well hide this body just for some free points, right? An extra 250 never hurt anybody. And let us rescue his eye and listen to what he has to say.
For centuries we have stayed hidden. We shunned the modern world and its jackals. But today, our enemies have found us. We must strike back. We will fight for our survival and our honor. I foresaw this day would come. And so, I called upon a champion to fight for us. He has accepted the first mark. He will defend
Sick
the
tats,
clan
bro.
at a terrible cost.
Alright, so having completed that first mission, I think we're going to get to 23,000. We're a little bit below it right now, but we did manage to get just over top. That might actually be... And that is, like I said, 9 out of 9 honor run. That might be my high score. Let's check the leaderboards quickly. Well, it was actually not my high score, I think. Unless it was 28-1, the high score I just got. But anyway, you can see, you know, midway through my friends list, that's not so bad. That was not my high score. But in any case, that's going to do it for episode 1 of Northernlion Plays Mark of the Ninja. Look forward to at least 11 or 12 more episodes as I run through the entirety of this game. And as mentioned, if you're watching this around October, go pick the game up on Steam if you don't have a 360. This game deserves support. It didn't really get it from Microsoft on the 360, but it's one of those gems that has been kind of under the radar. Definitely one of the best games of the year. It's going to be 15 bucks, and you are not going to be disappointed. That is money well spent, I promise you. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. See you next time.